Hi everyone, my name is Heather and I'd like to welcome you to Heather's Mixed Media Studio. Now, you may have noticed from the lovely background that this is being recorded inside of a van. That'll make sense in a moment. The history of why this channel is coming to you. I used to be in social work, and then I was working in banking for a while, and then the COVID lockdowns happened. And my experience of the COVID lockdowns was to realize that I don't want to work for the moneylenders, that I'm tired of staring at my apartment walls, and I went a little bit crazy, stir crazy, I mean cabin fever crazy, during the COVID lockdowns, and decided that I was going to move into my Toyota Prius on purpose and do the van life thing. So the fact that this video is coming to you from a van is because I'm so comfortable filming inside of a vehicle. But also I'm in the middle of my workday. And that's what I did for the next 2 years. I did van life, I recorded videos. If you ever want to check out that channel, I'll put the link below. That channel hasn't had any activity on it for at least a year and is unlikely to have any activity for the foreseeable future, though I do hope at some point to do more traveling and be able to put more content over there. But that's why you're coming at you from the van today, is because right now I have time to record this intro, and so I want to make sure that it gets out there so that you all know that this channel is actively going to have content in the very near future. So in 2025, I decided to claim the title of artist for myself. For the first 50 years of my life was defined by other things than being an artist. But even during those 50 some odd years, I was always doing art. I listed them so I wouldn't forget them. I have done ceramics, sewing, cross-stitch, latch hook rugs, pine needle baskets, weaving, knitting, crochet, nail binding, embroidery, doodling, origami, resin casting, crazy quilting. So there's been a lot. I've never not been artistically creative with my hands and whatnot. But I never really claimed the title of artist for myself until I looked back at the first 50 years of my life and decided I didn't want my life defined by only those things for the rest of my life, and that I really appreciate the parts of me that are creative, and I want to put more of my time, more of my heart, more of my energy into those creative endeavors. Now, I'm also a bit of a social activist and always have been, so I want to bring that into my art as well. Something else to know about me, I am a Unitarian Universalist, which is one of the many religious flavors out in the United States. It tends to be less in-your-face Christianity than most other religions. It's a very liberal religion. I'm going to call it a religion, but mostly it's a committee meeting. That's an inside joke. But there are pagan Wiccan versions of Unitarian Universalism. There are committee versions of Unitarian Universalism. I can't explain all of you. You go investigate that yourself if you want to know what it is. But just know that that is something that I want to bring into my artistic practice. You're not going to see like crosses and images of God and Bible quotes. That's not the kind of Christian that I am. That's not what I'm about. But there's the whole golden rule and the do unto others as you would have done unto you, and things like that. You'll see that reflected in my art and the way that I talk about things. So all of that is bringing me to why should you spend time on this channel? There's a ton of mixed media art channels out there that you should go spend time on if you're wanting to know how to do a technique, or if you're wanting to see really good art. That's not this space. I've only been committing to doing mixed media art for about a year now, which is to say I know nothing, I have learned nothing, and I want to have a space on YouTube where the rest of us who are also new to this, don't know what we're doing, or trying techniques we've never tried before, we don't have the slightest clue what we're doing, can all come hang out together and be dumb together and not know how to do things together and make mistakes together, and not feel like the teacher's looking up over our shoulder and going, "You're doing that wrong." That's not what this space is about at all. So the next video will be from the studio, haha, desk at my house that I just recently got a chance to clean up. And so you'll get to see what the studio looks like. Now that it's clean, it'll be version 2.1, because there's some bespoke shelving coming from a friend of mine who likes to build shelves. And once those are in, it's going to get redone a little bit. But version 2.1 should get to a point where I can film overhead, and then this channel will look more like you're expecting, with the video of my hands making all kinds of artsy stuff. Pardon me. You don't need to hear the work chatter on the radio. So I did want to show you a little bit of the art supplies that I keep in the van with me when I'm out driving my day job. My day job is to drive a paratransit van. You might have noticed the lift in the back. So I pick up and deliver people, you know, from their house to their medical appointment, to their job, to the grocery store. We do a lot of moving wheelchairs around, moving people around. So I can't really art during the day because my hands are on the wheel, I'm watching the road, I'm trying not to hit people, I'm loading passengers in and out, I got human cargo on board, and I'm trying to keep everybody safe. So that's 40 hours, more like 50 hours of my week, every week. But in the meantime, because I'm an arty, creative kind of person, I've always got a stack of index cards in the car. Today I also have a pad of paper with me in the car, or van. And last night I made this journal out of Amazon packaging. I've got a bunch more of these back at the studio, and I'll show you those in the next video. But yeah, I just cut some up into a flipbook sized page and sewed it together. I'll talk more about the thread that I used and the binding technique and all that in the next video. And I also keep with me one of my favorite pens. You've all seen the 4-color pens that do like red, yellow, no, it's red, black, blue, green. I managed one time to find this multicolor pen, and I love this thing. This will do like the entire rainbow all in one pen. So I can just kind of do some art here in the van. I am going to do one of those neurographic things today in my little notepad that I created with the pen. And when I get back to the studio, so in the next video, you'll get to see what that neurographic art looked like. And this video is now 8 minutes long, and so I thank you for paying attention. This will remain the intro video so that we have that smooth transition from my van life to my art life. Ooh. And hopefully I will see you guys. Hopefully some of you will come over, check out the channel, join it. That would be props. I promise content will be coming. The reason I can promise that now is this weekend, the overhead mount with the ring light and the camera holder arrived at the house. So I will be able to get that set up, and you'll actually be able to get that overhead shot of the while I create art thing. One other thing to note, there is an artist here on YouTube. Her name is Darcy Sanders, pretty sure. Her channel is Darcy's Misadventures in Mixed Media. If you want to get a sense of the vibe of what this channel is going to be like going forward, hers is a good example. Now, she knows what she's doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. But in terms of me babbling while creating, and I don't mean to say Darcy babbles, but I babble, it's going to have that same audio kind of vibe of what our Darcy's got going on her channel. So if you're expecting me to teach you anything, you're not going to get that here. But you'll get to watch me make mistakes, you'll get to watch me make failures, hopefully you'll get to watch me make art occasionally. That would be good. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to Heather's Mixed Media Studio, and I look forward to seeing you all in future videos and in the comments. Have a great day.